talking about it like 5 minutes ago, and I think, well, right before you got here, and I think we are going to upgrade our studio starting the beginning of next year.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So you got to come back
Okay, I'm down.
for the new stew.
I like this little setup though. It's cute.
Yeah, it's cute. That's the thing. I don't want it to be cute. I want it to be fucking
Dope as shit.
No, I think the studio is dope. I just need it to be
Julio.
I need it to be grand.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like when you
Luxurious.
would you rather go to a hotel that's cute or you rather go to a grand hotel?
Yeah, you're right.
All right.
I see the vision.
You see the vision?
It looks bigger like on like
Camera?
Yeah, on camera.
Yeah.
Well, don't tell him that.
I'm like, I was gonna say edit that out, but I heard you guys don't edit, so I'm like,
No, we don't edit nothing.
Nah, we don't edit really nothing, to be
I
honest
have
with
to
you.
watch what I say here.
No, you don't actually.
There's been a few times where, like on YouTube, you can edit from the podcast, like something that's already uploaded. You can cut stuff out. I've had to cut out some stuff that Sebas just kind of leaves in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna remember that. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but honestly, to be honest, I'll probably show it to you before, and then if you wanna,
I mean, I
But you
say
don't
nothing
care.
Major.
Hey, no holding back.
I don't say nothing major.
It's Moe Money. She don't care.
I
Exactly.
mean, maybe sometimes, but
All right, you ready, Mo?
yes, I'm ready.
All right, Mo. Welcome to La Plática, episode 65. And today we have special guest Moe Money. Oh my gosh.
Highly requested. Moe Money in the building.
And the building, my boy.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. I know that you don't live close by.
No, she had to commute.
No, and I got lost, you guys. It was so bad. I was a little.
I think you took like a layover to get here, no?
Yeah, I was fashionably late. So.
Which is totally
You were.
fine.
You were.
Mo was like, I'm sorry. I was like, no.
The problem was I tried to figure it out on my own. I was like, no, I got this. But like maybe like 20, 30 minutes later, I was like, okay, I need help. And
I like how you called the twins before calling me, and I was trying to help you out. I was giving you all this like,
I
hey
know.
Mo, this is what you got to do. Come here, go there.
It's because you know what? I feel like I'm really bad at finding like directions. So
Yeah.
I feel like they're better at like, because guys are like, oh, you got to take a left on this street. And I'm like, what? Like, you got to tell me like, yeah, there's houses or like,
Oh,
there's
like more
buildings,
details.
you know?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's going to be somebody right outside. Right
the
before
big
the
old
street.
sign.
Yeah, he's normally
Yeah.
there. Yeah, pass him.
You know, there's a
Say what's up
McDonald's
to him.
on
Yeah.
the right. You're going to make a left on the McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we know for next
Now
time.
We got to
So-
drop a pin.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Mo, you were highly requested on the last episode.
Super.
Oh,
It's-
really?
super.
Okay.
Especially because we have a segment called Perspective of a Man. It actually first started when I invited him
Okay.
as just a regular guest. Because I don't know if you know, but to be honest, you're not even new anymore.
Not no more.
He's like,
I'm deep
part
in
of
the cut.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
part of the crew
I'm
now?
part of the LP fam.
yeah,
Okay.
he's LP. Like if people
okay.
talk about La Plática, they talk about Josh and Sebas now. It's
Yeah.
not Sebas anymore.
Oh, okay.
La
So you
Plática
guys are
boys.
like a
Yeah.
unit.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
unit.
Package deal.
Yeah, it's
I get it.
P unit.
P unit. Okay, I like it.
Yeah, so we started a Perspective of a Man, and then everybody's like, oh, on the next Perspective of a Man, you need to bring Moe Money. So I was like, luckily for y'all, I know Moe Money.
Got a number right here.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, of course. So I think there's a reason why they want you to be on the pod, no?
Yeah, why do you think that is,
Why do
Mo?
you think that is, Mo?
You keep it real or what?
I don't know.
I think it's because she keeps it real.
I think you keep it real.
Probably. And I feel like all my chisma stories don't help. So everyone's like, no, you need to throw her in there. Huh?
Yeah.
Are you pretty open? Like, are you like an open book?
I am, but mostly with like, not with current stuff. Like, not
Okay.
with current stuff that's happening
Oh,
right
that
now.
makes sense.
Yeah, like it's mostly stuff that happened like 3 years ago, 4 years ago,
Gotcha.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I am pretty open. Like when you ask me like my opinion on something, then I'll tell you like what it is.
So you're pretty real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I am.
Are you dating?
No, right now I'm taking a break from the game.
Single
'cause-
Mo.
Yes, I'm taking a break right now.
Okay.
Do you
So-
like being single, Mo?
Honestly, yeah. I feel like I'm comfortable with being like single. Like I know how to kick it by myself. Like I don't know. I don't have a problem with it.
That's a superpower because a lot of people don't know how to be
Yeah.
single or by themselves.
Yeah, and I feel like too, I mean that comes with time too, because sometimes like you make a mistake and you're like, fuck, why did I do that? So I feel like you learn. So I feel like that's why I'm comfortable, because I'm like, no, like I'd rather be like by myself than to like
Force
know.
something, try to make something.
yeah,
Yeah.
or like, and then like sometimes you like maybe you'll talk to someone and then it's like it's just like they cling on to you or like your energy, and and not even like in a good way, like
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
bad way. And
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god, how'd I get rid of you?
Yeah.
You know.
This is not what I was looking
So
for.
I'm just like, I'm just taking a break. I'm just working, and
gotcha.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the longest relationship you've been in?
maybe like 2 years.
Oh, wow.
But then like on and off, it's
Gotcha.
like, yeah.
Do you feel like Moe Money attracts a certain type of guy?
Very good question.
That is a good question.
I think it was, right? I'm actually impressed by myself.
You're like, you just blacked out. You were just talking.
Yeah, I was like,
what did I ask?
think maybe I can, but I feel like I attract a lot of type of people.
yeah,
But I feel like I'm trying to like work on myself right now and like make
yeah.
better decisions.
yeah,
So I feel like maybe in the past it was like my decision making and maybe
Yeah.
like the stuff I was into, like
yeah,
the
yeah,
old me.
yeah,
So I feel like that is possible because I was probably like feeding into more a certain type of person
yeah.
than the other type of people, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's because the thing is, I feel like in life we always attract a certain type.
Yeah.
But then we understand that maybe that might not be as good for us or the situation that I want.
Well, just becoming aware of the type of person you're attracting. It could be something you're projecting in your lifestyle that kind of brings in a certain type.
Yeah.
Well, you were just telling us that you used to drink Hennessy, right?
Yes.
So maybe in your the Hennessy lifestyle brought Hennessy type of dudes. Maybe
Hennessy type of dudes.
Maybe the Don Julio 70 bring you more like
different type of
the
dudes.
little Rico Suave
I'm like, I
dude.
feel a little attacked right now.
I'm totally joking.
No, you know what? I just feel like right now I'm in the point of my life. I'm like, all right, I need to like kick back, like, not like put myself together, but maybe work on myself.
Yeah.
Self-improvement.
And be like, okay, like
yeah.
obviously the way I've been doing things has not been working out for me. So maybe I need to try something else, or
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's always good to like take time for yourself, because then you start like realizing stuff and you're like, what the fuck? Like, why was I even doing that?
Yeah.
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 Because I feel like when you don't know how to be by yourself because you feel lonely, you're just gonna like talk to whatever comes to you,
Yeah.
And sometimes that's like not the best thing. So
Yeah.
So like being more self-aware of like
being
where you're
more
at, what you
self-aware.
want. Yeah.
definitely.
When you were kind of dating and stuff like that, did you go on dating apps, or how would you meet
No,
guys?
and it's funny because sometimes the twins are like, why don't you go like, because I don't really like to go out anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'm more like a homebody now. But they'll be like, oh, why don't you like get on dating apps? I'm like, fuck no, like absolutely not. You know?
Yeah.
Can I cuss on this?
Yeah, fuck
okay,
yeah,
sorry,
dude.
guys. But I'm like, fuck no, like I'd rather meet someone like the old school way. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm not into that.
Yeah.
And like I just feel like I like meeting people like the old school way, like in person.
That's cool.
I just feel like even meeting people on Instagram has never been my thing. Like even before I started like YouTube,
Yeah.
I just feel like it's never, So
Yeah, you saying that right now, like you like to meet people the more traditional way. I feel like that, like to me, just like me knowing you that much more because you said that. I feel like I know a little bit more of the person you kind of are, and I think that's cool that you like doing that.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like I feel like it's a different kind of person. I'm not saying dating apps are wrong or anything like that.
Or even Instagram.
No, or anything.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, to do more things traditionally, I respect that. I think a little bit more. I don't know.
But the interesting thing about that is, I mean, obviously she's a girl, so she's like not relying, but she's expecting a man to kind of take that lead and be the traditional type, right? Because I mean, like, you might get somebody that you really like, but he doesn't want to approach you in person. He might just want to like slide in your DMs to make it easier, and then you might like shut that off.
True. I can see that. But I feel like,
Unless you go up to men. Do you go up to men?
but I feel like a lot of guys though, they have game. Like
Yeah?
you'd be surprised. Like, yeah, I'll be like pumping gas and like they find a way. I'll be at the gym and they find a way. Like they're not really shy.
Yeah.
Pumping
And like
gas.
I feel like if I'm like, okay, like me, I feel like I'm like, if I'm feeling someone, because girls are always like, I remember one time I posted like a meme and I was like, I forgot what the meme said, but it was something about like, oh, if you're feeling him, like, make a move, like.
Yeah.
So a lot of girls were like, no, I like to do it. Like, which I don't like judge people, whatever you feel comfortable with, But basically I was just saying like, shoot your shot, like if you're feeling that person or whatever, shoot your shot.
So that's how you roll.
But a lot of girls were like, oh my God, no. But I was thinking like, well, shoot your shot doesn't necessarily mean like, hey, what's up? Like,
Yeah, that's true.
I was like, guys, like how I shoot my shot, it's like, it's all about eye contact. And I feel like a lot of girls like
Putting out
probably-
the vibe.
Yeah, so like, obviously like if someone's like feeling you or whatever, they're going to like check you out. They're going to like make a little eye contact with you. And like, all you got to do is just be like, and then that, I swear it works, I mean, it's worked out for me.
Yeah. That's dope.
That's me shooting my shot.
I normally hear that women normally say like men are scared to approach them. So it's cool to see like you being like, nah, men have game. I see like a bunch of people come up to me.
But you know what's funny? So my older sister, which is like the twins' mom, she like would always go out like, you know, well, she's like 12 years older than me. So she would always put me up on game. Like, you know, when she was younger hitting the club and like I was like a teenager and stuff. And she would always tell me like, whenever you go out, she's like, okay, it's gonna sound like crazy, but I swear. She was like, okay, for example, because I would always be like, man, like when you go out to the club, like a lot of guys always want to dance with you. Like I was like, when I go out, I feel like no one asks me like, what the fuck, what's going on? And she was like, it's because guys are intimidated by you. But I was like, what the fuck? Like, no, they're not. And she's like, yeah, like guys are intimidated by you. She's like, you know, if you're just standing there, you're not talking to nobody. And, you know, you're just like,
they're gonna think you're not approachable.
Oh, yeah, you're not approachable. You know, you look standoffish.
Wow.
So she told me like, because it was like, you know, the banda clubs, you know. So she's like, if a guy comes and asks you to dance and you feel like dancing, just dance with him. Like, it doesn't matter if he's cute or not, you know? As long as he knows how to dance, like, just go dance with him. And she's like, I swear, after you go dance with that guy,
momentum.
Like, all the guys are going to be like, okay, like, what's up?
Dang, I've never heard that in the perspective of a woman.
And I was like 18 at the time, but I had like a fake ID, so I was going into 21 and over. And then I was like, oh, let me see if her method works, you know? So like this guy asked me, like, he was just like, whatever,
like, yes.
You know? And he's like, oh, like, ¿quieres bailar? I was like, yeah, I'm down. And then, yeah, I just want to go dance. And after that, like you said, the momentum started, like, then people started approaching me.
Oh, wow. I think people are attracted to like the life of the party, just people having fun, like a smile on their face and stuff like that, like a welcoming energy. And then they see that you're open to like dancing and stuff like that, they're more inclined to like, even if it's like subliminal, you don't even think about it, but you're just drawn to people who are more like, I don't know, in the mix. Yeah.
Wow, that's actually really interesting that you said that. I've never heard like a girl say that, or like, because that makes complete sense, because you just become really approachable.
There's strategy behind this,
and
this ain't no accident.
That doesn't really necessarily even mean like just even at the club, anything in life.
Yeah, you're right. That doesn't,
you know, sense. Like when you put yourself out there, it's kind of like the same thing as being like a people person. I think I'm a people person, and I think you are as well. I think you are as well. I don't think you guys are shy. I'm not shy at all. I talk to whoever and whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel like that has got me like pretty far in life. You know, I feel like because when I see people that don't talk to people, they're shy, blah blah blah. They never really like get the opportunities that maybe somebody that talks a lot might have. Because I feel like since I was a kid, I don't shut the fuck up.
Yapper.
So like, say I got fired from a job, which have happened many times. One time I got fired on my birthday, to be honest with you.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
You fired my
But I was happy because it was my birthday and I was kind of broke, so they gave me my last check.
Oh, sick.
I was like, fucking let's roll. Yeah, I was working at Volkswagen actually. Long story, we can talk about that.
You're a car sales rep?
Yeah, I did it.
Bro, I used to sell cars for Nissan.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't really like that job.
Me neither.
Yeah, but I feel like now that I'm older, because I did it when I was 18, 19. Now that I'm older.
Too.
Yeah, now that I'm older, I feel like I can sell anything to anybody.
Bro.
Okay.
Yeah, salt to a snail, my boy.
I was never bougie like you guys and sold cars, but I used to sell phones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I used to work like at Cricket, I worked at Boost Mobile, and I worked at Metro.
So you obviously have like a bubbly personality. Were you always like that, or did you doing those jobs kind of bring that out of you?
Yeah, because at first I was like super quiet, but I've always been like I could get along with anybody, but I was just like kind of shy. You know?
It was in you already.
Yeah, and then like my boss, because I was probably like 21, 22. So my boss was like super cool, and he would always tell me like, Mo, you're not getting any sales in, like what's going on? And then I'm like, I don't know, like, and he'll tell me like, okay, because I'm good at like constructive criticism. So he'll be like, whenever the customers come in, just be like, hi, how are you? Ask them how their day's going. Even if you don't fucking care, just ask them, you know, like just make it seem like you care about, you know? So then I started practicing, and but then after that, like I got like so many customer service jobs, like you have to talk to people, you know? And that's when my sales went up, because I turned into a people person. You kind of like have to study your customers. So I feel like now, I feel like I'm good at like promoting or like sales things, because I feel like that helped me a lot. Or like me even be just like being able to talk to people, like because of that job.
It's crazy how things start one way and then they lead you in a different like place. Like you doing that, being like shy, right? And then having that job that kind of brought you out of your shell. And now you're like in social media where your personality is your brand, your job. And now you have the ability to do that because of you having that job.
You know what? Even when I started like my YouTube channel, it was like, so my first video, oh my God, I was starting I even had like a whole bottle of Hennessy like next to me.
Was it the mac and cheese video?
No, it was like my very first video. It was like a Q&A.
I was on your YouTube channel. I was like stalking your YouTube. But anyways, go ahead, sorry.
But dude, I was like so nervous, and I even told like Brianna, like I was like, "Can you just please be in the room with me?" She's like, "Yeah." Like, and I literally took like fucking like I don't know, I took like 4 or 5 shots,
Just ripping them.
yeah, and then like I was like, and I just felt like so shy. But then the twin was like, the more you do it, the more you're gonna feel like the camera's a person. And I'm like, no. So like my first video, oh my god, like I look back at it and I was like, oh my god, I was horrible. But like now, because I've done it so much, like you get used to it.
Absolutely.
So.
It's a stepping stone.
Yeah.
For
Yeah. How long ago was it that you uploaded your first video?
it might have been like 2018.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Dang.
It was a while ago.
Was it a cooking video?
No, it was a Q&A video.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
my first video was like a Q&A. And then my second video, I want to say it was like carne con chile. I want to say it was that.
First of all, who taught you guys how to cook?
Oh, why are you so good at cooking?
No, it's her and the twins. It's like insane.
I've never tried your food, but just like going on your YouTube channel, I was like, oh, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, I know. I should have made you guys something because
Moe Money chef.
Yeah, I'll make you guys something next
Please,
time.
that'd be great.
I was watching your guys' stories and you guys were like out with the kids yesterday with Ramiro with the twins, Fern, and you guys made like this like almost like a stir fry Chinese food type.
Oh
of
yeah,
thing.
Brianna made that.
You guys were like doing like a puzzle and stuff.
Yeah,
it looks insanely good, like some PF Chang's.
And they make it look so easy.
Easy.
I could never.
And they're not even saying they're like, yeah, this is what we're eating right now. Like it's no big deal.
Like, it's no
I
big
always
deal.
tell Karen too. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh my god, Karen always tells me too, like, Mo, please invite me when you guys cook.
Yeah.
Like, no, honestly, I think, well, because everyone in our families cooks. Like, my sister likes to cook, my
makes
mom, my dad. So like, we grew up with like single moms, so it was like, oh, you have to take out the chicken out of the freezer, like, oh, so like, I don't know. I guess I started like young, and then like the twins had to help out too. So it's just
just
like,
keep doing it and
it
doing
was kind of
it.
necessity, you know, like you
Yeah.
had to do it because if not, you're not gonna eat anything, you know. So I think that's how we learned, and that's how we started. And like
Yeah.
I feel like now, we don't really like to DoorDash and stuff or like eat out. We eat a lot at home.
But then again, like for example, like me and him, it's just him. He lives bachelor life.
Oh,
it's
that
just
sucks.
I mean, I'm
Good for
good.
you.
it's just me and Karen. You know, my 2 little dogs. Sometimes it's like way easier and then way less expensive to just pay $30 so you can just bring it to my house.
No, yeah, definitely.
It's like, you know, but with you guys, I always feel like you guys are so family oriented that it's always a bunch of you guys. So it's like you kind of have to cook and it's just way more of a vibe.
And you know what? I feel like, cause like, well, I feel like it's just the way that we grew up too. Like our parents would always like cook. Well, my dad would always take us out to eat too. But I feel like we're just so used to eating home cooked meals. Like we could go out and like order and stuff. But like, don't get me wrong. Like, if I get the munchies, I'm ordering like DoorDash, you know?
Yeah.
But like, for the most part, like we like eating at home because that's what we're used to. We're like used to eating like home cooked meals. And yeah, I agree with the vibe too. Because I remember like my sister came one time and she was like, "Oh my god, like why are we making a carne asada for? Like, why don't we just like order something?" And like that's exactly what we said. We're like, no, this is about all of us cook. Because like literally we all cook. Like, you know, Fernando and Ramiro will make the meat, and then like all the girls will make
That's
the
so
sides.
It's a whole ass vibe.
It's experience.
Yeah, so I told my sister, it's like, no, it's about like we're all doing something.
It's part of the
together,
hangout.
You know, like
It's
this
part
is
of the
how we're
hangout.
bonding.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then with me and Karen, like we'll go like to Costco or like we're like, all right, cool. But, like, I mean, we have times where we're like, we don't eat out. Like we're trying to eat healthy or we're just trying to have home cooked meals, right?
Yeah.
Like we don't really try to eat anything like processed or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, but sometimes when we do go to Costco or to pavilions or whatever, we get all this food, we get all these vegetables and things like that. The first 2 days is cool, but then 3, 4, 5 days later, todo se echa a perder.
Yeah, that's
So
the
it's like,
bad part.
so like la mitad of all that shit is just done.
Yeah,
So
no,
it's like
I feel you.
It was what is it called?
I feel like with us it's different because like you said, we're family oriented, so we're always like close. Like, all right, who's gonna cook today? So sometimes Brie will cook and we'll go eat at her house.
Yeah.
Or like sometimes Britt will cook and they'll come to like our house. Or like sometimes I'll cook and. But if it's like only like me, I'm like, fuck that. I'm not cooking for nobody. Like I'm ordering out, you know?
Yeah. It's so awesome how like obviously you're the twins, Thea, right? But like you've been doing that cooking and hanging out, that whole vibe since they were kids too, you know? And then obviously you were a lot younger too. But like you've witnessed that since you guys were like a lot younger till now. You know, you guys are all adults and you're still continuing just watching everybody grow up. You know, in the beginning, they didn't probably have kids. You know what I mean? They probably didn't have Fern. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now just your family grows. Like, that's really beautiful.
No, for sure. And the good thing is we have like videos. Like that's the good thing about YouTube because we could look back
Oh,
and
that's
be
so
like,
cool.
oh, I
Like
remember
vlogs and stuff like that or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we kind of like low key get it from my dad because like when I was little, my dad would always like pull out like his camera and like just record everything.
Yeah, that's how my dad
And
was
I
too.
remember like me and the twins always talk about when we were little. Like I think my sister had like a camera, and like we would be so bored because it would just be like me, the twins, and like my nephew. And like it's so embarrassing, but we would like make Jerry Springer like videos.
Yeah.
So like I would be Jerry Springer.
You guys would just all
and
fight
then,
or
like,
what?
Yeah, and then
Jerry.
like somebody will be like it would be like somebody will be the audience, and then like the other like two people would be like the people with the problem or whatever. So we would make videos. That was our thing, and we're like, man, I wish we had those videos.
So
like,
you guys don't have them anymore?
No, and it would have been cool because it's crazy like how like life is. We turned out to be YouTubers, and we started like so young, like recording ourselves. Yeah.
You never notice those little things in life when you're that kind of lead you to what you're gonna do. You know, we would do the same thing, but it wasn't Jerry Springer. It was Jose Luis Sin Censura. Do you remember that show? It was like the more Mexican one.
Oh yeah.
Same
like,
concept.
Que saquen el desgraciado.
Yeah.
No, that's Loud in America. But no,
yeah.
I think it was Jose Luis, and they were like Jose Luis, and we'd all fight. I think
Just fuck each
siblings
other up.
just love to fight.
I know exactly.
But yeah, we would definitely record everything. But we actually have a lot of questions because I don't know if you saw on La Platica's Instagram. We're doing Perspective of a Man with you. It's your edition. And female edition.
Yep.
And they gave us a lot of questions, and we picked the best questions that they kind of asked for like us, but it's mainly for you because you're on it.
Okay.
So we're gonna start those questions off and things like that.
Okay.
But we're gonna start that at the end of this break.
No, we should do this. We should do the speed questions before we lead into that.
Speed questions.
Yes, the Moe series.
Let's do
I'm
it.
scared.
We got time. I'm looking at the clock too. Don't you dare cut me off,
I'm gonna take a
dog.
little shot
Don't you
first.
dare to cut me off.
You're gonna take the shot. There you go.
We're just gonna let her hang, bro. Where's the bottle?
Should we
Give me
take
the
a
bottle.
shot?
Yeah, give me the bottle, dog.
Okay, we're all taking one
Let's
together.
do a shot. Mo, I want to go back to because you're doing YouTube and stuff like that, and I saw a lot of people saying that they want you to open up your own restaurant. Would you want to do something like that?
Yeah, that's like my goal.
Oh, okay.
It's like I eventually like I don't even care if it's like a little hole in the wall or even like a little like truck, like a little taco truck. Like I just want to do something like I don't know.
People are waiting for it. I saw a lot of comments. Whether it be like, do you even have a TikTok, by the way? You don't, huh?
No, I don't.
I saw a bunch of people like recreating your videos from like YouTube and stuff
like
like
I
that.
have one, but I only like use it for when people send me videos.
Gotcha.
Then I could just like watch
Personal
it.
use only.
But I need to like get it started though. I've been like everyone always has me make a TikTok.
Mo, I kid you not, if you start, whether that be a food truck or like a little place, it doesn't even have to be that big.
Yeah.
Like you will have so many people going to your spot, to be honest with you.
You want a shot?
Yeah, definitely.
guess.
That's like I don't know, and I just have like so many like ideas that I would want to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was like my dad's dream to like make like a restaurant someday because he loves to cook. So I'm like, damn, like even though my dad couldn't do it, maybe I could do it. So yeah.
So you got just family of chefs.
Yeah, basically. I
Everybody's
think my
gonna be
grandpa,
cooking.
which is my dad's dad, he was like a chef too.
What's your favorite dish to make? What's like?
And you know what? Everyone always asks me, and I always tell everyone, it's like imagine if you have like a bunch of kids. Like, what kid are you gonna say you love more? You know?
Okay.
But
Okay. What dish do you find yourself cooking a lot or more often than others?
Okay, so I think I have like a little more. Okay, I think this will be easier for me to answer. Like, I think maybe one of my favorite things that I like to cook, because it was like the first thing I learned was red enchiladas.
Ooh.
So when I was like, when I
the
learned how to
best.
make that, I was probably like maybe like 10 around there.
Damn.
And the only reason
That's
why
where I learned how to eat.
The only reason why I learned is because I used to love like red enchiladas, but my mom wouldn't make them because like they're really messy because they're like the original way, like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
the deep fried. So she's like, I'm not gonna make them no more. And like, you're gonna learn. And I was like, what do you mean? And you know, Mexican moms, like they fucking have you do like things hella young. So I think that's probably one of my favorite things because it's one of like
Perfected.
yeah, and everyone just loves my enchiladas. Like even my exes will be like, Mo, I miss your enchiladas. Like everyone tells me they love my enchiladas. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Are you still
that's
friends
my-
with some of your exes?
Like I'm cool. I feel well with some of them, yeah, but like the mature ones, like
Yeah.
the ones that I like don't care about, like it happened a long time ago.
The mature ones.
The mature ones.
Yeah.
The mature ones.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. One of the questions I think I'm remembering is like something around that same type of
realm.
question.
Yeah.
So we'll come back.
Yeah,
to
we'll
that
come back to
question.
that. We'll come back to
Yeah.
that.
So
Okay,
we're gonna
okay.
do speed questions. We just
Yeah.
gonna go back and
Speed
forth, right,
questions.
Leyva?
Yep.
Does that mean I gotta go fast?
It's either yes or no.
Oh God.
No, it's not yes or no.
Oh, what
it's,
is it?
it's Moe edition. So we're gonna ask you two different options, and you're gonna tell us which one you like Moe
Oh
of.
my God. Okay. Let's
Okay.
go.
Yeah, but
wanna go
when she
first?
answers, it's gonna be a yes or no or something else.
You just ask the question, bro.
Okay.
Okay.
Want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. Mo tacos al pastor or mo de asada?
Asada.
Moe love or Moe money?
More money.
Mo cooking or mo eating out?
More cooking.
Moe thugs or Moe hugs?
Lately, I'm trying to be on the vibe of more hugs.
Aww, so cute. Mo IG or mo TikTok?
More IG.
Moe Gucci or Moe Louis? We know you bougie girl.
Mo Louis.
Moe Louis.
All right, this one's a
What
tough
about being
one.
Gucci in the Louis store? Never
I
mind.
like that too.
It's a tough one, all right?
Oh God. Okay.
Mo Brittany or Mo Brianna?
You gotta pick one. Or you gotta take a shot. It's one or the
Oh
other.
yeah, I'm gonna take a shot.
Hey, great answer. I love that. So take the shot. And then we'll be right back because we got some really good questions that everybody, and first of all, everybody back at home. I don't even think I give a proper intro, but
Oh, wow.
welcome to La Platica,
Do your job, dude.
episode 65. You can hear us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. This is episode 65. Make sure to subscribe to our channel because I see you that you're always watching, but you're not subscribing. So watch it, and not only that, follow us on IG, follow Moe Money on IG, and follow the actual La Platica podcast on IG because that's where we throw a lot of this content and a lot of where you can actually put these questions down. Bye-bye. So, yeah, do that.
Money.
And then we'll be right
Moe.
back. Money, Mo. Mo Money. We'll be right back. Alrighty, and we're back. So yes, like I said, before the break,
Okay.
we have great questions, and once again, thank you
Amazing
guys back at
questions.
home for all these amazing questions. Because me and Josh, when we read them, obviously you didn't see them, but when we read these questions, we're like, they're so good at
These are
giving us
amazing.
questions. Yeah,
People want to know.
People want to know. People want to know that good stuff, and obviously they ask these stuff because maybe they've gone through it.
Yeah, you're
Maybe
right.
they feel like they're about to go through it. Maybe they're going through it and the other partner doesn't know. You know what I mean?
I feel like a lot of people always come to me when they're going through it, and sometimes I feel so
Ooh.
bad. Like I'll give them advice, like I'll write back, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, babe." Like,
Yeah. Well, shit, we do perspective of man all the time. So a lot of our DMs is not even like, ha ha ha, I love you guys. It's literally like, hey,
People
Sebas,
going through it.
hey, Josh,
Heartfelt
like,
stuff.
what do you think about this? You know, and we try our best to answer that because,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we feel like we give good advice for being the guys that we are. So,
Yeah.
but now we have you. So we're
Yes.
going to get your perspective as
We
well.
want you to answer first, and then we'll kind of chime in. But this is really directed towards you, and then we'll give you our 2 cents.
okay,
Yeah. You want to say the first one or?
Yeah, I'll start because we were just before break. We were talking about exes,
okay,
right? And this
yeah.
person asked, having past relationships on social media, so like pictures of your ex and stuff like that. Like, what are your thoughts on that? If you're in a new relationship,
Oh, like keeping them up.
Yeah, keeping them up.
Yeah, I feel like. Well, I mean, okay, so this is gonna sound bad, but whoever I'm with, I never post pictures of them.
okay,
Like I only post like their hand or something. But I feel like if I like, let's say I was with someone and I did have pictures of them like on my social media,
Mhm.
and I ended up like getting with someone else, then I feel like I would probably like delete
Delete
them.
'em,
Yeah,
right?
I
Yeah.
would delete them
For sure.
I
just
would-
out of respect, you know.
absolutely.
It's all out of respect.
Yeah, I wouldn't even start talking to somebody serious if I saw photos of her
Yeah.
ex-boyfriend on her Instagram.
I feel like why do you still have them up?
Right.
Like, you know.
Is there something deeper? Do we need to talk about
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
I
So
feel
have
it.
you ever posted a boyfriend on social media?
Mm,
Like fully face?
no.
No. Are you open to it?
I feel
Toma.
like
That was a question. Toma.
you know what it is. I feel like I've always been like that. Like ever since I had like even like MySpace days, I
Yeah.
never. But I don't know. I just feel like I'm the type of person, like, when I have something, like, good, I just want to take care of it and, like, keep it a secret.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I just feel like when you put it out there, like, it just comes with so many things. Like, people have their 2 cents. And, like, I don't know. Sometimes people are, like, malicious and stuff. So, just to avoid all that, I rather, like, just keep it
private.
Yeah, keep it private. But
what if they're like, babe, I need you to post me. Like, I need you to let these dudes know you got a man's.
Okay, so whenever, like, okay, so before, like, when I start, like, dating someone, like, if they're like, oh, you want to go, like, on a date? And I'll be like, yeah. So, like, the first date, I usually tell them, like, hey, like, yeah, I don't, like, because we'll just start talking about, and I'm like, oh, I don't really post, like, whoever I'm, like, with. I'm like, I just feel like, because, like, what the industry I'm in, it just comes with a lot. So I would just rather, and I'm like, and then that way, like, if, let's just say things don't work out, like, I don't have to, like,
worry about it.
Yeah, you know, so I just rather be on the safe side. But I think it's because, as well, like, I think I haven't met someone that I'm like, damn, like, I want to, like, you know, I'm down, like, I'm going to show this person off, like, this is who I'm going to be with. I think no one's, like, ever proved to me that they're, like, I don't know.
Worthy.
Yeah, worthy of it. So I think that's why.
I can get behind that. Yeah, I get you.
What about the other way around? Are you cool with that as well? Like, if you're with somebody serious, and what about if you actually start posting him and then he still doesn't? What about that?
I never thought about that.
Listen, if Moe Money's posting you and you're not posting her, we got a serious issue at hand, my boy.
Mo, this is really random, but I was just thinking about it right now. Like, why don't you date a chef?
I don't know. I feel like they're kind of crazy.
Just mowing the chef.
Yeah, I don't know.
Chefing it up, doing chef things.
You can do like Ratatouille, where nomás le jala las greñas and he just cooking.
You know what? I've never dated someone that knows how to cook. That's crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's crazy because my dad, he's a really good cook. But I've never dated anyone that.
So it's not like a criteria for you. Like, if you're dating somebody, you're not like, hey, do you know how to cook? And if you don't, you cut. It's not like
you know what? It's funny that you guys mentioned it because I remember now. So there was one guy that I went on a date, but it was already like, I don't know, maybe like a 3rd or 4th date. And he was like, oh, we're going to chill. I was like, all right, I'm down. And he's like, oh, we're going to make ceviche. And I was like, we. And then I was like, it's just like, because in general, like, ceviche, I love ceviche, but it's just so much work. You got to chop. But it was cute, you know?
So he actually, like, helped out, participated in stuff like that.
He's the one that did, like, I was his assistant.
That's adorable.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, this is cute. I'm helping him out. He got, like, you know? So, that was, like, the only time that I probably dated someone that.
And was he doing it the right way?
It doesn't matter. The cooking idea is just so cute. You know what I mean? It's just like, even if he...
It's cute, but she's so good at cooking that what about she's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
all judgy.
Yeah, like, you're using the squeeze lime instead of natural lime. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that would, if I was a really good like cook, I would look at things like that.
Not everybody's as judgmental as you, dude.
Hey, man, I'm just saying.
You know what? I think
like, what about he makes you a michelada with like some like Bloody Mary vibes?
Well, what if she appreciates the effort?
I know you're talking about the Bloody Mary.
See, I told you. I told you. Shut up, Josh. Shut up. I know what I'm talking about.
But it was like decent. I feel like it was like the basic way. It wasn't nothing fancy.
Yeah,
like, like this shit's hella good from Mexico type of. But it was like, it's good. You know, like it's edible. I was like, yeah,
he's all
cute.
edible.
It was cute.
Edible.
It was cute. You know.
Yeah. He's all like, Mo, why didn't you have more than one?
Shrimp.
Is everything? I'm not really that hungry.
Yeah.
No, that's hilarious.
No, but it was good though. It was good. It was not like ours how we make it. But I get it's because like
you set the bar pretty high.
You know what? It's because like I'm a cook, so like there's one thing that's my pet peeve. Like when I go out, and I'm not like I don't want to judge nobody's restaurants, but one thing that does like make me mad is when we go out to a Mexican restaurant, they give you canned beans, and like
you can tell.
So yeah, since I was little, I hated canned beans. Like I would even tell my mom like these are canned beans. And I was like 8 years old.
Can you tell?
And
I can tell.
Yeah, like I can, and like too, like I don't know, they're just like I don't know, I just don't like them. So that's one thing that would get me mad. If I go to a restaurant, they give me canned beans because I'm like, what the fuck? I paid for this food and you give me canned beans.
Yeah, or especially when you can do that.
Yeah,
the plate that you just dish way better. You know what I mean?
Could have just stayed my ass at home and
Dang. Yeah. So if you're a guy out there and you want to take Mo on a date, just know that you gotta take her to a good restaurant
and call before and make sure they don't serve canned beans.
Yeah. So
this actually wasn't a question. This is actually a question that I came up with. What's like a really good ideal date? Like for you, and maybe you can speak for women in general. Like a first good date. And maybe things that you look out for, like, you know, do you have a list that you check out? Like, chick.
Yeah. That's a good question. I feel like me, for the most part, I feel like to me, a date, it's all about the vibe. Like
you don't really have to be doing nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Nothing expensive. You can even just be at home, right?
Yeah. Like,
I think I'm the same way.
Well, maybe like if it's our first like 2 dates, maybe not your home. Like maybe you gotta take me out. You know, but it doesn't have to be to like somewhere hella bougie. It could be like, I don't know. It's all about the vibe. Like, I remember one time, okay, this is gonna sound crazy, but this is back in my old days.
I
remember this guy, I had already knew him, but he like just told me like later, oh, like, what's up? Like, let me take you out. And I was like, all right, I'm down, you know? And we went out to like Cheesecake Factory. And then after that, I was like, oh, like, yeah, like, you know, you could take me home now. And he's like, no, like, I want you to come with me. And I was like, where are we going? He's like, we're gonna go to the strip club. And I was like, what? And but I was already like, because I had been drinking at Cheesecake Factory, I was like, fuck it, let's go, because I was already feeling myself. So I was like, all right, let's go. And we went. And then we were just like, because like all his friends were there and they were all there with their girlfriends and stuff. So I don't know, like that was one day. And then there was like another day. I don't know, it's just like different. It's just different things. It's like the person that matters.
So
you know?
you wouldn't consider that a bad date?
No, because I had fun.
Gotcha.
But I'm like like not everyone thinks like me though. Everyone's different, you know.
Yeah.
Plus, this guy, like I had already knew him. He wasn't like a new guy.
Gotcha.
Like I had never dated him before. But
so was that comfortability was there?
Yeah. I think if it was like a guy I just met and he was like, I was like, what the fuck, you brought me to like a strip club? You know? I would have not been down with it. But because I had already knew him, then I was down. But I don't know. I just feel like it's about the person, and as long as like you do want to do something with me, then I'm down.
Have you been on a bad date?
Yes, I have.
What's considered a bad date?
Maybe like whoever thinks they're in a relationship with them like shows up on your date at the restaurant.
What?
So they were in a relationship, took you out, and then their partner showed up?
Like I guess they weren't like in a relationship, but he was still hating it. That happened to me 2 times.
Twice?
Yeah, two different people.
No way.
But okay,
how do they know where you guys are at?
Okay, so this is back in my hometown. This is back in my hometown, like, and it's a big little city, you know.
Okay.
But like the first time it happened, it was like, I don't know, this guy, and he was like, oh yeah, like let's like go out, and we went out, and then we went to where was it? Yard House. Man, I always get caught up there. We went to Yard House, and he was like, oh yeah, like we were just chilling. And prior, like that week that we had met, like he had told me like, oh, you know, I'm in the Bay right now. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So then the day of our date, we went out to go eat, and this girl walks up to us, and then I was like drinking my Hennessy, you know? And then she was like, what are you doing here? And she calls him like by his name, and he's like, what the fuck? Like, what do you want? And then she's like, you told me that you were like in the Bay. And I was like, oh, like this bitch is not lying, because how does she know that he was in the Bay, you know?
Oh, shit.
But I was just sitting there like, oh my God. I was like, this is not happening right now.
Eating your spinach dip?
No, like literally I was like, this is not happening right now. Like I thought I was like on a you know, like when they punk you or something. Like, you know, I was like, where are the cameras at? Like, because I was just like, this shit doesn't happen in real life.
That's crazy.
That's true.
So, basically he told her like, what the fuck, like I'm not with you, whatever, and you know she left, and she like sad. I was like, fuck that, called my best friend.
Oh, but
bitch,
she
come
wasn't
pick me up.
she wasn't trying to do nothing.
You gotta abort mission.
So my homegirl came to pick me up, but then the second time it was like a different guy years later. But then that night I also got caught up, but I got caught up, but I didn't, because like we weren't like together, you know. And it was kind of like I had already told him like, so like what's up, like. And he was just like not trying to like, you know. So I was like, all right then, like I'm gonna keep my options open. But I told him I was gonna keep my options open. So I didn't really get caught. But I think because he thought he had me like in the bag like that. And it's like, it sucks when I gotta show you what's up, you know. So
Yeah.
but I basically told him like, you know, I'm gonna keep my options open. And I went to this like, let me take he probably knows I'm talking shit about him right now. So
you think he watches La Plática?
He's tuned in right just at this part.
Dude, you'd be surprised. Sometimes like like someone that like in my past will hit me up and they're like, I seen your little video, and I'm like, oh my god, like I would never thought you even watched that, you know. But
Feds are listening, my boy.
That's good.
Feds are listening. She's tapped in.
What was I talking about, you guys? I've been hitting my pin too much.
The guy telling.
Oh yeah,
you told him like,
up.
yeah, you got caught up.
So I went to like a little like taco festival or whatever. This is like have something that happened like a long time ago. Well, it was like back in 2000 like 15, 16. But anyways, I went to like a little taco festival. And okay, so I met this guy or whatever, and then I went out with him, and then, but like the other guy that I was like involved with, but I had told him like I'm gonna keep my options open. He had called me before this guy had even invited me, and he was like, "Oh, are you gonna go to the festival?" And I was like, "Oh, like because at the time like I didn't have nobody to go with, so I was like, oh, I want to go." I was like, but I don't have nobody to go with. And I was like, what about you? He's like, yeah, I think I might go with my family, but no, I don't think I'm gonna go anymore. And I was like, oh, okay, that's what's up. So he said he wasn't gonna go, but he also didn't ask me if I wanted to go. So I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
So I got off the phone with him, and like 10 minutes later, the other guy calls me. So he's like, hey, I want to see you. Like, let's go to the festival. So I was like, fuck it, I'm down. So I went, and when I'm like getting my tacos, like I just feel like someone like hugged me like from the back, and I thought it was like the guy that I had went with. Oh. But it was like I turn around and I see that it was like my old thing, and I was like, hey, and he's like, what's up, baby? Like, who you here with? And I was like, and I got like his arm off of me, and I was like, oh, like I'm here with like my friend. And he was like, who? And I showed him like I was with the guy, and he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, anyway, see you later. And then like, and if it
you
was
know
even,
that hurt.
And it was even worse because all his like primos were there, and I know all his primos, so I'm probably like, damn, they're probably like, you little bitch. Like,
but you didn't do anything wrong.
I didn't, you know. But you know, I just like, well, not you guys, but a lot of like sometimes a lot of guys, like, I don't know, it hurts their ego, even though like they're in the wrong. But girls could be like that too. So nothing against guys and girls, you know. But
and you know what's crazy too is like probably like when that guy went to that festival, he probably told all his primos like, oh, I'm gonna be with her. And then you like shoot him off, so like that really hurt his ego.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing is, like, he didn't even invite me, so I'm like, well,
yeah, he was gonna go solo. Yeah.
Long story short,
with his fam.
After like I was like, all right, bye. So then I left, and then like he's like I'm getting so much hate mail, and then I'm just like, well, whatever. I'm not even texting him back because I'm like, whatever.
Oh, he's blowing you up after this?
He like through text messages, like, I can't believe you, but I'm just like, I don't got time for this, you know. But at the same time, I felt bad, even though I shouldn't. Yeah. But like, I really did like him, but I'm like, I'm not gonna be waiting for you, you know. So then the other guy, the new guy, whatever. After the festival, he's like, oh, like let's go to the club, and I was like, oh, like I don't really like going to the club with guys, like unless I'm really deep in, you know. But if it's like we're just like this is probably like our third date, like I don't know, because I don't want to burn myself, you know. But he, like, whatever. I ended up going. He damn near kidnapped me. Whatever. I went. And anyways, his fucking ex-girlfriend shows up. What? And she fucking goes up to him.
Wait, this is the same night? The same day?
The same night. I'm telling you. Like,
oh, my God.
I needed, like, a whole ass limpia this day. So, yeah. So, she fucking shows up. And, like, luckily, he had took his guy cousin. So, I had someone to talk to, like, while he was getting yelled at. And like she went up to him and was fucking going off on him, and then she like comes to me, and I'm like, when he's getting yelled at, I was like, this is not fucking happening right now, you know. And I'm thinking like I was still thinking about my situation, like I wasn't even thinking about him. I'm like, fuck, like I'm just thinking about like the guy I was talking to. So
you're like, I shouldn't even be here right now.
Anyways, the girl tried to like tell me something, but I was like, girl, like I literally don't care because I wasn't intimately involved. So it's like she was like, you know, I'm still sleeping with him, right? But I was like, girl, I don't care. I'm not hitting it. He's probably getting it from somewhere else, obviously, you know. So it's like I don't care. Yeah. But yeah, guys, that was like that's a day in the life of Moe Money.
Wow, that's crazy. That's
crazy.
No,
honestly, the dating game's crazy.
But you think that's little big city vibes, or is it you think it's out here too?
You know what? Okay, so like definitely little big city vibes, but then I moved to Sac, and I was like, I didn't know nobody. It was like I didn't have no problems in Sac, but when I moved out here, because when you're up north, you're like, oh, LA's big, like you know, nobody knows nobody. But then once I moved here, everyone's like, girl, be careful. Like,
no, it's small.
Everyone knows everybody. Yeah. But I was like, no. But then as I started like living here, like I ended up finding out really fast that like people are like connected. Like, and I'm just like, so that just made me come to the conclusion, like you need to watch out who, like you can't just talk to anybody because everyone's like connected somehow.
Yeah. What a story.
That's crazy.
Sorry guys, I talk a lot.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, so
did you? I mean, obviously, you ended it with both the guys.
So
Eventually.
okay, so at the end, the new guy, he hit me up. He's like, I'm so sorry about what happened. And but at the same time, because I was kind of feeling the other guy more, you know, but I just wanted to give this guy a chance. But then after that happened, I was like, dude, I got my own problems to deal with. Like, for you to come bring that baggage on me, like, I'm good, you know? Even if you're not with her, still, like, you're obviously doing something for her to think that, you know? And then the other guy, me and him, like, he's still in my life to this day, but it's like, we're just friends. Like, it's nothing like that.
Yeah.
But he still brings it up. I still remember when you were cheating on me, but I'm like, we weren't. Like, I was like, we weren't together, first of all.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Have you been cheated on?
Oh, yeah, I have.
Damn.
Have you cheated?
No, I've never cheated.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm the type, like, I feel
Keeping
like
it real from the get.
Yeah, I'm a really honest person. And I've like, my thought process is, like, if I want to be with someone else or, like, I'm feeling someone else, then I shouldn't be with you. I shouldn't waste my time, you know? And I shouldn't waste your time. So, yeah, I feel like if
Unfortunately, a lot of guys don't think like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so, I don't know.
Damn.
Speaking about exes.
Oh, sick ass transition.
Speaking about exes. Somebody wanted to know from you and us, but I think mainly from you, Mo.
Moe Money.
Should you expect your ex to give you closure?
No, because I feel like it should be about yourself.
Because I think that once they're your ex, it's just like, ya que más quieres con ellos?
It's over.
But honestly, when you're going, I feel that person, whoever asked that, because I feel like when you're going through it, you do feel some type of way. Like,
you want to hear that.
Yeah,
you want that closure.
You should tell me, like, I'm sorry for everything you did or whatever you feel played about. But once you kind of start healing, you're like, you don't need an apology. Like,
That's true.
This is about yourself, you know? Like, you got to be at peace with yourself.
And think about it, like, if you've been with a chick or with a guy for, like, plus 2-3 years, it's more than just your little boyfriend or girlfriend.
Right.
You feel me? So, like, you do want to, like, know something right after. Like, tell me this or tell me that. Like, I need it, blah, blah, blah. So I think in that situation, yeah. But, like, kind of like what you said, like, time kind of heals. So it's like once you kind of get that over and say you never got a closure, I think, like, once time goes by, I think you just kind of don't even care anymore.
Yeah,
but I think in the very beginning, once it's fresh, I think, yeah, especially if you've been in a relationship for that long. And it's not just like, oh, you're my boyfriend. Like, no, like, you're my boyfriend. Your sister's my best friend. I still talk to your mom. Your mom and my mom are close. Like,
I hate those situations.
It becomes more than just you were just my girl. It's way more than that. You're a part of my life.
You got to be careful with the closure talk though, because if it's too soon, you can get wrapped into that cycle again, right? So it's like, you got to make sure you're ready to really have that closure if your partner's open to it. Because I think having a closure conversation could be beneficial. I really do. It's not necessary though. I think that you can heal on your own without kind of having closure. But
I feel like closure talks are better once you're healed.
Yeah.
Because you're not in your feelings no more.
You're more level-headed.
You're kind of like stepping back and you're looking at the big picture, you know?
Yeah.
Because I do feel like if you have closure talks like right away, it could like...
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
You can dive back into it and then you're back in the rut. You know?
And usually like if I break up with someone and I'm really going through it, like I don't even want to talk to them. Like it's like I said what I said and that's it. Like,
are you the type of person that you block them on everything? Like how do you, like what's your healing process when it comes to like a breakup?
So my healing process, let me see. Well, first of all, I wish I was good at this as I was with clean eating, because I feel like if I'm like trying to get over someone, like I would not look at their social media. I won't look at your stories. I won't look at your friends' stories.
You don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, I don't want. I even tell my family, don't ask me about, because you know, like your friends and family, like, oh, have you talked to so and so? You know?
What's going on with this person?
So when I'm really going through, I'm like, don't ask me about them. If I have cheese, I'll tell you. You know, but. So usually that, and like if they keep texting me, then I don't text back. I just like, and if like they're releasing offensive stuff, then I'll just block them, because I'm like, I don't even got to hear this shit, you know?
Absolutely. I'm the same way. I'm out of sight, out of mind. Like I'll block across the board. And I know it kind of sounds immature, but it just helps me, because I just I need to not see them or hear about them or anything like that. I'm not one to like talk shit on social media. I'm not going to subtweet. And if like you do, that's on you, but I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, because I think once you get into that, you kind of spiral back.
And you know what? Girls always ask me like, Mo, how do I get over someone? And like the first thing I always say, don't look at his social media. Yeah. But they're like, it's so hard for them. Yeah. And I'm like,
especially it's out of habit. You're constantly looking at it. Yeah.
And it's like me, because it hurts me. Like it hurts me. Like I'm just like, I'm not fucking going near that. You know, I'd rather not know.
I think it's important to understand that it's not going to do anything for you.
Yeah.
Like it does nothing to serve you.
It's all about being self-aware.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That was good.
We've been through the mud, bro.
Been through the mud. I have a question. Another question. Thoughts on starting a family the traditional way? And it says here, marry, move in, have kids. You think that's something that people should still focus on, or do you think times have changed? Is that something that you would want to do, or you think like it's just that's some back in the day shit?
So I feel like do whatever works for you, because I feel like everyone thinks different. Everyone has different values and beliefs. So I feel like do whatever like works for you. But at the same time, like for myself, because I think like I have my own opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't have to do it the old school way. Like if you meet someone and you're together and like I'm not saying like get pregnant on the first day, but
Second day.
I'm saying like if something happens within that relationship, then I mean it happened, because I do feel like times have changed a little bit. And I always have this talk with my mom, because she's like old school. Like she got married a virgin. Like my dad is the only person that she's like
been with.
know. And so she's very judgy, and I'm like, Mom, like I'm sorry, but people don't do that no more. Like times have changed. And she's like, la decencia nunca se acaba. I'm like, yes the fuck it does. Or like it doesn't, but it's like it's just different now, like
I agree with that.
not that I'm
good.
saying that nobody does it anymore. I know people do it, and props to you guys, but not everybody's doing it.
Would you move in with a guy before like marrying him?
That's a good question.
That's a very good question. You know what I will say, like
I think just like how she said, like it's just a different.
Just depends.
Yeah.
On the
Depends
situation.
on the guy and the situation.
Yeah.
I feel like it depends. Also, a lot of people say like maybe you should marry them first, but then it's like I don't know. I feel like maybe you should get a little taste of what it's gonna be like, before you sign up for something.
Yeah.
Because like I lived with like one of my boyfriends before, and it's just like very different.
It changes the
and it's
relationship.
like yeah. Totally. It's like being married. It's just like a
Yeah.
little taste of getting married, So I feel like it doesn't hurt to like live with them, like just to see like.
What's interesting about like if both of you guys want to get married, this is an example of both of you guys want to get married. If you guys are just living together, there's no actual like commitment besides your guys' word. You know what I mean? Versus if you're married, like at least you kind of have that as a security.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because I do agree with you. Like I would want to experience what it's like living with my girlfriend before like marrying her, but I don't know.
I feel like it, well, for me, because I'm not saying anyone else, because I feel like I would be financially stable to where if you do leave, I could like hold it down on my own.
Okay. Yeah.
So I feel like that's why I'm not scared. But like, for example, my mom, she was like a housewife. So I feel like now I'm so about like, I got to make my own money.
Yeah.
I do feel like if I'm with my partner, like, yeah, we're like helping each other out and stuff. But I don't know. I feel like maybe because I learned from just what my mom went through, she was a housewife and like my dad was a cheater. So I told my mom, like, why did you stay? Like, because she didn't leave my dad till she was like 40 something,
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, like because my mom's like old school Mexican. And I'm like, why didn't you leave? And she's like, because I didn't have nowhere to go. I didn't have a job, like, And I was like, fuck. Like, so I feel like that made me be like, I need to have my own.
Yeah.
So, like, if shit happens, like, I can hold it down on my own,
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah,
'cause
exactly.
some people are housewives and stuff. So that their situation's different. I can't speak for
Everybody.
them,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing that that I went through is I moved in with Karen when I was I forgot like 24, 25. And then I now have been living with her for like I don't know, like 5-6 years, something like that. And it's helped me out because I think if you really love them too, like we've talked about it before on previous podcasts, you'll adjust to each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how you said, it's really different when you moved in with your man, but like, did you ever feel like you had to adjust to his lifestyle, or did you even want to? And did, vice versa? Like, did he adjust to you? Or is that why it didn't work out? Because, both sides didn't want to adjust.
No, I think we both did. Well, I think I adjusted. I think I adjusted good, but the thing is, I think what kind of hurt our relationship is that we moved to Sacramento and we're both from Fresno.
Oh, so no friends
and
or family
he had like kids. He had 2 kids in Fresno, so I feel like that situation was like. But I feel like when we were doing it in Fresno, we were good, So it was just kind of like that kind of hurt. But I feel like when we're like Shit, I keep hitting
No,
this.
you're good.
I feel like when we're living together, I feel like we both adapted like to the way it wasn't like horrible, but it's just different.
Way different, yeah.
Because it's like, you know, when you're boyfriend and girlfriend, when you see them, you're like, damn, babe, you know. But then like you sleep together every day, you wake up together, you're just like, hey, what's up, you know, like.
Yeah, that's actually a perfect segue into this next question. So this person asked,
but we can't say it yet.
no, I have to ask this one though, bro.
We have to go on break.
Please let me ask this question.
Can we please go on break? We gotta go on break. I'll be right. We'll be right back.
Before I was rudely interrupted.
I'm sorry, dude. You know how things work.
Yeah, I guess so.
You interrupted me on the last podcast.
I did no such thing.
I feel like we're in the cheese man. It's hella good.
And then everybody on the comments down below, you guys were all on his side, like, yeah, finally got him back.
Revenge.
What was that interesting question that you had for us, Josh?
Okay, this actually just reminded me of a completely different question. Are you a revenge person? Do you feel like are you spiteful? Look at that little smile, girl. Why
You
you
know
smirking
what?
like that? That evil smirk. She said, boy, do I ever.
Okay, like I feel like I feel like my revenge is like not fucking talking to you no more, you know? Like
Even if you want to.
even if I want to, and like I don't know, the way that I'm like my luck is set up, like someone's looking out for me because I always get revenge without trying. Like
karma.
you're gonna see me out doing my thing
Yeah.
with maybe someone who's successful or something, you know, like so I feel like I don't know, everything like even when I lose, I win.
Oh, come on.
Like, you know?
I
So,
say
energy.
that all the time.
Yeah.
so
Especially when we lose our softball games, that's the first thing I said. Even when I lose, I win.
yeah.
So you just kind of let karma do its thing. You're not one to like go out of your way to
yeah,
like.
because honestly, I always say that like nope, like what goes around comes around.
I believe that too.
What like if you do anything good in life, it's always gonna come back to you in a good way. And if you do any bad in life, it's always gonna come back to you.
Yeah.
And I just feel like the way that I'm like my life is set up, like I always get revenge without even trying. Like it just happens.
So would that be your advice to people that want to
Yeah.
seek revenge? Like somebody, let's just say somebody got cheated on or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Just-
like I'm like no, don't. Because first of all, like the first step is just letting go, you know? There's no point in getting revenge because you're just showing that person like you still care about them and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Especially
That's
if you're
how
trying to do it,
Yeah.
you know? But if it just happens, like, you know, shit just happens and that person's hurt, it's like that was just, you know, karma getting back to you.
Yeah.
I think the best revenge is just moving forward and letting that person know, like, I'm done.
Yeah, like I had a friend and she was like trying to get revenge like on her baby daddy, like, what am I do? And like, cause she's like a hothead, you know? And I'm like, no, but okay, look, but let's like think what's gonna happen. You know, you're gonna do that and then what's gonna happen? Like he's gonna end up like telling you he doesn't care and you're gonna feel bad about yourself. So just don't like, you know, just don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so I always just recommend people like don't do revenge because it's just, I don't know.
I just don't think it benefits you.
No, I don't think so either. I don't
Yeah.
think so either. Okay, I'll ask my question. Do I have permission?
Yeah, go for it, Josh.
You were talking about how like when you live with your partner, it's very easy to get comfortable in a situation. So this person asked how to make sure your partner, male, doesn't get too comfortable in the relationship. So what did you do to kind of keep that spice, the romance,
The spark.
the spark?
Because I think even to me, like, I think that's a really big part of someone's
Yeah.
relationship and how to keep it going healthy and happy is I don't think both partners should start getting comfortable.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I've been with Karen for a long time. And there's times where I felt that shit, maybe she's right. I am getting a little too comfortable.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to start doing some things, you know, to make her feel like I'm still here 1000%,
Yeah.
which I always have. But there's
Reassure her.
Yeah, reassure her. Because when things get comfortable, they get either boring, lack of care, things like that.
I feel like it's all about communication. Like, hey, babe, like, what are you into? What do you like to do? Like, would you want to do something different? Like, I feel like it's all about communication, you know, like
Yeah.
kind of figuring out what your partner likes and stuff. So yeah, and you still want to like, I don't know. I feel like you should try to, obviously it's hard if you live with someone every day, but try to like shoot your shot with them. Like, hey, like, just don't let it die down,
Yeah. We were kind of talking about this on the previous one, and we were talking about like the importance of being like intentional. Like just because you live together and you're spending a bunch of time doesn't mean that your time is quality time. So making that special time to be like, hey, I'm taking you out. We're going on a date.
Yeah.
Planning it out, being like spontaneous in that way. They say, act like you did in the beginning and it'll never be the end.
Exactly.
Because we're so excited in the beginning and it's like you're in that honeymoon phase. If you can just remember how you felt and how you behaved in that time and reapply it through your relationship throughout it, then you'll be Gucci.
Yeah.
But what do I know? I'm single. So maybe don't listen to me.
The thing is too, is that when you actually meet somebody, and I'm just going to say it like in a general way, I think sometimes, and I'm just going to talk about guys, I think guys sometimes they not necessarily put up a front, but they're more than they actually are, especially in the beginning. They build up this huge
they're trying to will you in.
Yeah, this huge game, and once they get you, they might still be like that for a little bit, but then it starts getting really comfortable and it starts really dying down, and then you finally end up to who you actually are. So I think that's a big mistake too. So I think if you're gonna put up a big game, I think you keep that game for a minute, because that's the only reason why that other partner actually got hooked and was like, cool, then I'll be here with you, because the way that you acting is actually the way that I like.
Right.
So if you're not going to keep it that way, then that's a problem. And I think that's sometimes why a lot of relationships kind of start
diminishing,
having and having a little bit of problems because of that big game in the beginning.
You know what? I actually seen like an interview that Steve Harvey did, and they were asking him about Lori Harvey, and I think she was dating.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan at the time. And he did like he did it big for like Valentine's Day, and they asked him like, oh, like, what do you think about Michael B. Jordan doing this for your daughter or whatever? And he's like, man, I told him, you stupid, like, you're gonna have to top that every year, like so he's like, you're gonna have to keep that going every year. So I'm like, that makes sense what you're saying.
But it is possible.
It is
to keep it up every year.
But basically the way he said it is like, you're gonna have to top it.
You're setting the bar high and you gotta like keep topping that.
Because he did it like big that year. So I was like, yeah, that's true.
But kind of being like devil's advocate, like this whole topping game, do you think like the guy should always top himself? And I'm not saying like don't I'm just saying be the same. Do you always have to top?
I see what you're saying.
Because that's a lot of pressure on a guy. And even if it was on a girl too, like does the guy expect the girl to always top herself every year?
Yeah.
No.
If he wanted to, he would, Sebas. Just kidding.
True. And we try to top ourselves every year. I think that's just a natural human thing we do. For example, I try to give Karen something nicer every year for Christmas or for her birthday, and sometimes that may not happen. So then I feel really bad for myself. But I think if you date someone very level-headed and respectful,
exactly.
They understand that.
Exactly.
I think you should top yourself every year and try to do it, even if you fail. But if you try to do it,
it's the effort.
It's the effort that they'll see in you that is what's working, not necessarily what you're giving. Does that make any sense?
100%.
Yeah.
I feel like as long as you're trying, I don't feel like it's about topping yourself. I feel like as long as you're trying and you're showing that person like, hey, like I'm trying to do something nice for you, I feel like that's what it's about.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Good question.
Yeah. Comfortability. It's a big thing, especially, I don't know if I wanted to ask this because this was just funny and this is probably like really fast to do, but like somebody said like thoughts on, I gotta read it. It's like very silly. Where is it at? It's not this one. It's not that one. It's not that one. Farting while your partner is next to you laying in bed, my boy. That's what they said. Hey, with my boy.
Is that word for word?
My boy.
Does it have a Z at the end?
It does not have a Z at the end, but there is two eyes. So they watch the pod.
They Gucci.
Yeah. Another thing about comfortability, like to me, beyond honestly, ask Karen if I fart in front of her. Never, bro. I think that's, I don't know. That's just not me.
Yeah, I feel like I can't. Yeah, I'm embarrassed. Like,
and still till this day, I've been with Karen for 12, going on 13, I think, and I still till this day. If I need to go to the restroom, like number 2, I shut the door. I try to make
Blast the music.
Yeah, like if I know that it might be loud, I'm on like TikTok on the highest level, or I'll put Spotify, you know, maybe some banda song that like it's really loud.
That's gonna do, yeah.
You know, so like I'm like that. Do you think?
You know what? That's very uncommon for being a man.
That's what I'm saying.
Guys don't care, but I feel like that's good.
It's good, right?
Good, yeah.
I'm the same way. Yeah.
Yeah,
keep it
because you're considerate.
Exactly.
Do you encourage that attitude, that personality for other guys? But what if you really like the guy and the only downfall is that he just doesn't care?
He's a 40
I feel like
I also don't think it makes or break the relationship, but I do think that
if I had the choice to pick, obviously I'd be like, can you go to the bathroom? But I mean, I feel like the people that I've been with, like, they don't care. So it's like, you know, but I mean, if I had to pick, if I had the choice, obviously, but whatevs. I mean, it's just, I guess it's like natural or whatever.
Clearly this girl's asking this question because I'm assuming that she's having this problem.
She's like, my boyfriend's a 40 McGee.
Yeah.
What do I do here?
And it's cool. Like I know relationships that are very healthy, and I love it too, that like it can be very like funny or blah blah blah. But I don't know, I just don't have it in me.
Yeah.
Not even like I would never even fart in front of you. I think it's actually, I don't know about that one. But
I was like, bro, you be letting them rip my butt.
But with my girl, I would never. There's a certain respect, and I hope that she, not that it's a big deal, but like I hope that she appreciates that, and she knows that, like, oh, he never farts, and I have before on accident because it just happens, and I'm so fucking embarrassed. I look more red than a DPZ can, than a Dr Pepper Zero can. I look more red than that. Like I get embarrassed. Yeah. So you don't fart though, right, Mo?
No, I
don't. This one was actually a really good question. It's dating outside your culture and your thoughts on that.
I feel like love is love, and I feel like you should date whoever you want. And I feel like, okay, for example, me, I'm Mexican. What if the love of my life is not even Mexican? What if it's something else? And I'm just making the dating pool smaller by just choosing Mexicans.
Yeah, very true. That's very true. Sometimes it's not always that easy, right? Like we are more open to love, but then when family gets involved, like things can get a little more tricky on how they like are accepting towards it.
I feel like it's because it all depends on the person. Because I feel like me, it's like I'm gonna be with whoever I'm gonna be with. Like no one's gonna tell me. But I do know that other people are like, oh, my mom said this or my dad said that. Or I feel like, I don't know, and I wouldn't want to be with someone that's like that, because it should always be. It is easier when the family all gets along. Of course. I do agree with that, you know. But I feel like, I don't know, love is love, and you should be able to love whoever you want.
1,000%. But I think that the reason why they're asking this question is because that's the easy way. That's the easy thing to say is love is love. Like, for example, if me and Karen were a different type of culture, I think it's easy to be with somebody else. But I think it's sometimes really hard, like what you said with the parents being involved. Some parents nowadays, obviously, they're always more old school. They're more closed
off by it.
Yeah, so like that can be hard, because sometimes the number one thing in a relationship is how we are with our families. So it could be a little hard. So I think it can be tricky.
Yeah, I feel like I've dated outside of my culture before, and like to me, well, because like obviously family is like not involved, but to me it's fun. Like I get to teach you about my culture.
Yeah, that's
you
dope.
Teach me,
that's dope.
Super dope.
But I just feel like me as a person, I kind of have a little fuck you attitude, and I just feel like I'm always gonna do what I want, regardless of what my mom and dad say, you know. So, but that's just me. Not everyone's like that, you know. But I just feel like I'm not gonna hold nobody. Yeah, I'm not gonna like let no one hold me back from being like happy.
Yeah, because it's not fair for you and even the partner that has a different culture. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, what did I have to do with, you know?
And honestly, sometimes family just don't like your girlfriend, and she's the same culture as you. So it's like you
never win.
Yeah.
That's so true. That's so true. Yeah. Devil's advocate. It is hard to date outside your culture though, because you know you're raised a certain way. We're raised a certain way, and we like to keep, you know, doing the things that we've done since we were kids, you know? So it could be a little hard too. But I think that love is love.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
I have another question actually. What are non-negotiables for you in relationships? What's something that you can't negotiate with it? It has to be like this, or this is not going to work. Do you have anything like that?
I mean, I don't even know if it's non-negotiable. I just feel like you should just have your shit together. Like, you know?
Yeah.
So, excuse me. But I feel like non-negotiable, obviously you got to grow pregnant. Absolutely not. You have a kid that's like 3 years or younger, absolutely not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I just feel like if your kid's like 2 or 3, like that's fresh. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like I don't want.
So it's not like a personal thing towards them. It's just like that's not the kind of relationship you want to be in.
Yeah, it's just because it's fresh. Like you just had like a whole human with someone else, you know? And I just feel like it's kind of a sticky situation still. So, but that's just me coming from I'm like no relationship, no kids. Like I feel like because I'm kind of setting like not obviously like it's hard to find someone like with no kids and this and that at a certain age. But I feel like if I don't come with drama, like I don't want you to come with drama
That's
either,
fair.
you know?
Yeah.
So I do kind of have like expectations.
Yeah. Even though, like, even say people disagreed with that, at the end of the day, you should be in a relationship exactly the way you want it.
Yeah.
¿Sí me entiendes? You know what I mean? Like, because we just talked about this, like, because I think somebody asked, is she a 10? If
She's a 10, but she's a single mom or something.
Yeah,
like that.
she's a 10. So, like, to us, we were like, well, she's a single mom and she has her shit together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you see her being like such a great mom. We said she might be a 20. You know, even more because that's so respectable. That's amazing. That's beautiful. But I think at the end of the day, you should pick the exact relationship that you want. Does that make any sense?
And I hate when people
You should be picky. You should be picky on what you want.
Yeah.
If that's not what you want, then that's not what you want. Now, if you really like the person and they have a kid, and then if you're okay with that, all for it. But I think you should be picky because en esta vida nomás hay una, and I think that you should, you know.
Yeah, and I feel like I've been with someone with a kid, but like their kid was already like 5, you know?
So they didn't really interfere with the relationship?
Yeah, no, because and like I don't know, I feel like I'm good with like kids.
Yeah.
So and like their kid was chill. They weren't like, you know, like you're not my mom, you know? So yeah, I feel like that wasn't a problem.
I'm assuming a kid has told you that before.
No, they never told me that. But
that
I
was
just
funny.
like I've
That was
heard
funny.
of other cases because I'm like, whoa, like I could not, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I could be with the person with the kid, and then sometimes girls who have kids will be like, Mo, like you should be with someone with no kids. But I'm like, girl, like, do you know everyone starts having kids like at fucking 16, 17, like unfortunately, you know? But a lot of people get pregnant young, you know? So it's like once you start to get older, it's like hard, you know? I mean, it would be nice, yeah, someone with no kids, you know, but
yeah.
Do you have a non-negotiable? I mean, is there something? Because I was thinking we were kind of talking about it earlier, and I couldn't think of one. I kind of came up with one right now. I don't know if this counts, but I'm just gonna say I judge how they treat their parents.
Yeah,
like their relationship with their parents really matters to me, and if they're disrespectful, I'm out. I'm out. Like no questions asked.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm the same way, and I'm not even trying to say that just to get an easy answer. It's definitely that because I and you and we're so family oriented that if I don't see that you fuck with the family just like how I fuck with the family, or even like we've said it many times before, like 10 podcasts ago, how you treat like waiters and how you even just treat people, and I see that, you're done. You're done. Another probably non-negotiable is like, I mean, I don't really know because like I've dated Karen since I was 19 years old. So like I don't really have too much experience, to be honest with you, you know, like on like super dating or like being in situations, you know what I mean? Like, or, you know,
situationships.
Yes. You know, so like so I'm just like thinking what it would be like. Right. But like if I talk to somebody and maybe like they had an ex or something like that, I know that there's a problem, and for some reason they're still not like letting go of that. You know what I mean? Like I think that would be a non-negotiable too. No,
no, for sure. That's like there's too many to put, but that's definitely like on the top 5
for sure.
Yeah. So, but I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like I don't really have too many.
You know what's funny? I feel like my live life is so fucking crazy that when I date someone like on the first date, I'm like, is there anyone that thinks they're in a relationship with you? Well, first I'll ask if you're single, you know? Because guys will be like, well, you never asked me. So I'm like, okay, are you single? And they're like, yes. And then I'm like, is there anyone in your life who thinks that you're in a relationship with them? Because, you know, they'll be like, yeah,
that's a good question.
No, because they'll be single, but they'll still be sleeping with someone.
I got a girlfriend, but she's not my real girlfriend.
Yeah, like I just sleep with her. But it's like, no, girls will get crazy if you sleep with them, you know? Like, so whatever the situation is, I don't want to be involved. So let me know.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, is there someone who thinks they're in a relationship with you? And they're like, no. So like, I'm good. Like if something happens, I'm like, you fucking told me. Like, you know?
Yeah. Plus, I think a lot of guys too, they're not in a relationship, but maybe they have like 2 girls kind of like juggling them
in the mix,
and then in the mix, and then those females are on the verge of thinking that they're their girl. You know what I mean? So I think that can be a little messy as well.
Yeah. Oh
right?
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, I feel like we're in times where you should just be honest with the person. Like if a guy is fucking with more than one girl, let him know. Or if a girl's fucking with more than one guy, let him know. Because I feel like times have changed so much. Like there's people who are willing to still fuck with you even though you're involved with someone else. You know? Not that it's right, but like if you're a guy who's single and you're sleeping with 2 other girls, like this girl's gonna be down, you know? So I feel like you should always be honest. Like give that person a choice. Like, yeah, I'll keep fucking with you, or no, I don't want to be involved in that, you know? But
that's good advice right there.
People don't like
that's
being
good
honest.
Advice right there.
And you know what? I've had guys, like a guy tell me before, like, hey, right now I'm just keeping my options open. And like to me, like I'm like, damn, that's what's up. Like he's being honest, you know? So if I were like to catch him doing some shit, like I can't even be mad at him. He told me, you know? And I tell my friends the same thing. Well, girl, like he told you he don't want to be in a relationship. Like it's kind of hard not to be sad, you know? Like,
I think sometimes the other person that is just very hopeful, you know? So like the guy will like say being real, and then they go like, oh, okay, well, you know, maybe I can change that.
Yeah, that situation is different. It's kind of like, girl, like you knew,
but that's
you know?
that's kind of like a problem.
Yeah,
like don't try not to be hopeful, or try not to have your hopes up, you know.
Yeah,
or listen to what they're saying.
Exactly.
And that's it.
Just listen to it.
That's it. Don't even think about it too much.
Yeah,
it is
like
what it
they
is.
told
It is what it is.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
Well, Mo, I think you were a really good asset in a perspective of a man.
Do you have any questions for us? Do you want some insight on the male mind?
The male mind, huh?
She know it all already, my
She's
boy.
like, I know these guys. I know these dudes like the back of my hand.
I don't have no questions right now, I don't think. But if I come up with any, I'll let you guys know.
Okay, sounds good. Mo, thank you so much for being on La
you're
Plática.
great.
I really
Thank you
appreciate
guys for
it. Yeah,
having me.
it's awesome because I've known you for so long. So like us doing this, like to me, it was like, okay, cool. That was awesome for me. And I know Josh he's been talking to you, and he's been very excited.
Yeah.
And then everybody back at home, thank you so much for
Thank you guys for requesting me.
like hella.
Like super.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like even like my DMs today, they're like everyone's so excited.
Yeah, it was
so
crazy.
that makes me super excited for
thank
you
you
and
guys
just
for having me.
Yeah, of course. So that was episode 65 on La Plática.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everybody back at home. Josh, you got anything to say?
I feel good, man. This is a great episode.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
I feel like I learned a lot too today.
Yeah,
And it's so true how when people like because we do it by ourselves, like just men, and people like bring a girl, or like bring a girl who's single, blah blah. And I'm like, yeah. But like now actually doing it, I'm like, damn, I like there was so many things that you said that I was like, oh, I never really thought about it.
We
like
covered a lot of ground.
We did.
Yeah,
we
so
did.
it was dope. I think we're gonna have you next time again, but
All right,
we're gonna see a different Mo. None of the relationship
or
shit.
maybe she's in a relationship.
Yeah, or maybe you're in a relationship, but like
never know.
it's gonna be a lot more fun.
All right, I'm down. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, of course, guys. Thank you once again. Subscribe to the channel if you're not. Episode 65 in the books. You can hear us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, or here on the beautiful world of YouTube. And yeah, thank you. Happy Monday. Mondays don't suck. And
Not no Mo.
Oh, he
Not
really
no Mo.
ended it like that. Not no Mo. Mo, thank you so much. Appreciate
you guys.
that.
Thank you, Mo. Appreciate you.
You guys have a good day.
Love
Happy
y'all.
Monday. Ciao.
Woo!